Hello, Heart Talk family. This is Renee and Glenn with another episode of Heart Talks. We're here tonight to talk about trusting life. So tonight we're going to start off a little bit differently. Glenn, you want to say hello to everybody?
What up, what up, what up? Hope everybody's doing well.
So tonight we're going to start off just a little bit differently, and we're going to share a video clip with you where Glenn has blown a keynote a few weeks ago to talk about trusting life. So that's our topic for tonight, using gratitude, purpose, and love. So you ready, Glenn?
Go. Yeah. We're gonna drop this video. Yeah, man. Yeah. As the kiddo comes in. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
No doubt. Here we go.
For the past 15 months, but there's one thing that I do know for certain. There's one thing that I do know for sure is that you arrived here on purpose. I want you to put one in the chat if you arrived here on purpose. I want you to put one in the chat if you arrived here on purpose. You arrived here on purpose. It's not by chance that you got here. No. It's not by happenstance that you got here. No, it's on purpose that you got here. You got here on purpose. You were meant to be here today. You were meant to be here today. But not only are you here on purpose. No, that's not enough. It's not enough that you're here on purpose. You actually are here on purpose with purpose. I want you to put one in the chat if you understand with purpose. With purpose. Yes, you have a gift. You came in today with a gift. You woke up today with a gift. I don't know where you're from, but where I'm from, we say your gift shall make room for you. You got a gift. But yeah, it's not okay. It's not only okay for you to arrive on purpose with purpose. No. We gotta go deeper. You got here on purpose with purpose, but you gotta understand something. You gotta know something. You have to know for sure that you got here for a purpose. For a purpose. Yeah, you opted in. You self-selected in. You said, I'm raising my hand. I know things been tough over the last year. I know things been challenging over the last year. I know I want to probably give up sometimes. I want to give in sometimes, but you came here for a purpose. You came here to serve. You came here to serve. So I want to talk about how we're going to do that this year. I want to talk about how we're going to step into this new year with that walk. We're going to step into this new year with that swag. We're going to come in on purpose, with purpose, and for a purpose. I want you to talk about a little bit with you how we're going to do it. I want you to listen up. I want you to put it in the chat. I'm about to say 2 words to you. I want you to put it in the chat. We're going to step into this new season, this new year, because we're going to trust life.
Woo! Yes. Woo! I got fired up just watching it, and I've watched it 4 or 5 times, but listen, I got fired up just watching it.
I was saying it. I was getting fired. I was like, we got to trust life.
Yes.
Glasses got fallen. I'm not crying.
Listen. I got fired up just listening to that. Guys, before Glenn gets started real quick, I want to say this. You were naturally born to serve. If you work towards anything else, it will become exhausting. And I'm going to let Glenn have it. Trust life, man. Look, trust life.
Listen, we don't get exhausted. We're not getting exhausted and overwhelmed and frustrated and everything that happens. Everybody, we want to blame it on so many things. My job,
yes.
My friends are horrible. I got too much debt. Everything that we try and shift it, and we want to target it on something else. But the reality of it is that when we're miserable, when we're stepping into life, literally waking up every day, and we're stepping into life, literally miserable because of something. It's not because of the something, it's because we're not stepping into our purpose. That's it. It's literally we're not stepping in our purpose, and because we're not stepping in our purpose, we're not trusting life, and we're not trusting life. and then we're not stepping in our purpose. Listen, they go hand in hand. We cannot blame everything that's going around us for our misery, for our unhappiness, for our rejectedness. We have to stop doing it. So we want to talk about, how do we trust life? How do we step into that gift, into that purpose that we were born with, that gift that we were given? How do we do it with all the stuff going around us, all the money that we think we need, the houses that we think we need, the cars that we think we need, the luxuries that have nothing to do with our gift, that have nothing to do with our purpose? How do we then trust life? That's what we're going to talk about tonight.
Amen. I'm ready. I am ready. Everybody get your note paper and your pen, because this talk is about to blow your minds. This is one of the most inspiring things that I think that comes out of our talks. And Glenn, we're ready. We're ready to learn.
So look, the first thing I want to say is that we're not going to stop talking about the first way that we step into trusting life. I mean, look, when we talk about hopelessness and we talk about feeling like we're in a position where we don't understand how to trust life anymore. Life has been so hard for us. Life has given us so many bad outcomes. We've tried it again. We've prayed about it. We've started over. We've done the things that we think we're supposed to do. We've shifted our life. We've done everything, and for some reason we're just not getting the results. And I'm gonna tell you the main reason that we're not getting those results. The main sole reason is because we're not walking in our gift. And in order to step into your gift, in order to walk in your purpose, you must first wake up every single day with a heart full of gratitude. You can't escape it. You can't outrun gratitude if you try to. The first thing we must do is start every single day with the heart of gratitude, with a grateful heart. How grateful are you? How grateful are you that you woke up and you have a chance that so many did not have this day? How often do you say thank you for the one thing that somebody somewhere would trade every dollar in the world for it? If only they could get that chance that you just received. Every day it happens, every single day. Someone who thought they were going to wake up does not wake up. And yet those of us who do wake up, the question is, how grateful are you when you have your chance, when that alarm clock kicks and you feel the breath in your body and you're able to kind of shake it off, and you realize that you were one of the lucky ones, like you were one of the blessed ones. Like today is a day that you received another chance.
Yes.
Yet in that one moment, that one fleeting moment, we may say thank you, but I want to know what happens afterwards. I don't want to know only do you wake up with gratitude. I want to know, do you live with gratitude?
Do you activate it?
Are you living a life of gratitude? Are you recognizing that the gift of breath, the gift of breath says that everything that has happened, everything that may happen is trivial compared to the gift and the chance I just had right now. A chance to make a choice. A chance to make a choice. We got to start every single day with gratitude. The second thing I want us to be mindful of, and I want us to really process, this is not about being finite. This is not about having all the answers, but this is about stepping into life with intentional purpose. It simply amazes me that we got all this technology going around. Siri can tell us. If I say Siri, my phone might catch it right now. If I say Siri, she's gonna pop on and tell me, so, what do you need now?
Yes.
We got GPS in the car telling us where to go. We tell them, we sit back. We got Teslas driving us all the way around. You in that self-driving car. The technology is amazing. We got GPS for everything. Everything tells us everywhere to go. Yet we wake up and we have no intentional purpose. We have no GPS for our life. That's amazing to me. You trust a car to tell you where to go, but you You don't have a GPS for your life.
Right.
If you're sitting down and you think that hopelessness is on your back and misery is flooding you and you just can't get around to get down, like you just can't get up because you're so down and out. My question to you is, what's your GPS?
What's your GPS?
Intentional purpose. You have to write it down and make plain.
Right.
Simple. Well, Glenn, I don't know. I really don't know what my purpose is. I've thought about it. I've struggled with it, and because of that, I just, when you say that, Glenn, I don't know what to do, where to start. Let me tell you something. It's not about being exhaustive. It's not about, whatever you write is going to be it for you. No. What it is about is asking yourself a question. What brings you joy? I want it. You ever ask yourself what brings you joy in life?
Mm-hmm.
Literally. I'm not asking you what pays you all the money. I'm not asking you what gets you here and from. I'm not asking you what keeps the roof over your head. I'm asking you what brings you joy.
Mm-hmm.
Two different questions. You find me a person in joy. I'll find you a person who's trusting life.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta start your day not only with gratitude, but you gotta have intentional purpose.
Mm-hmm.
The last thought I want to leave you with is, aside from gratitude and aside from purpose.
This is a tough one. Now, okay, hurt feelings alert. Hurt feelings alert.
We got to step into the day with resilient love.
Resilient love. Now,
why resilient, right?
No. What does that mean?
Yeah. So what does resilient love mean? Resilient love means when someone does you wrong, when someone brings you smoke, when someone gives you all the business in the world and you fired up and ready to go, and you want to give them the business back, you know what you do? You give them grace.
You give in.
You give in. You give them grace. Actually, you give it up. You give it up. What I mean by give it up, I mean you give it up. You turn it over. You turn it over because, listen, resilient love is about forgiveness, and forgiveness doesn't happen without love. Well, Glenn, what about those folk that just steadily coming at me? What about those folk who always got something to say? What about those folk who bring the smoke constantly every single day? And I want to tell you something. When people are bringing the smoke to you, when people are giving you the business, when people just don't seem to be for you, the question that you should be asking is not why are you doing this to me? The question is what happened to you? What happened to you? Because we have to remember, we have to understand that we are here together. We belong together. We're interdependent. We are friend and foe. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because we belong together. I know what hopelessness feels like. I know what it feels like when you say you think you've done all you can do. I know when it feels like you just been walking through the valley. You just been pushing it along. You just been trying to get over the hump. But I'll tell you this. When you trust life, all you saying is, I trust God. Every time. When you trust life, all you saying is, I trust God. You are saying that I understand that I'm here. What it feels like when you say you've done not by accident. That I'm here not by chance and not by happenstance. That I got here and I arrived here on purpose, with purpose, and for purpose. And because of that, if I have a chance, then I have a choice. And my choice is to lean into my gift. We all have a gift. We all have a gift. And I want us to realize that misery and that hurt and that pain and that that rejection and all that stuff, that shame and all that stuff has nothing to do with what you're blaming it on.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing
Not
to do,
even the devil.
it is not even the devil. But if you're not living in your gift, if you're not leaning into what God gave you to shine, the gift, if you're not leaning into it, if you're not giving that gift, because it is a gift, it's a present, you got to give that thing. If you're not doing that, then you're going to feel empty at some point. You're going to feel rejected at some point. You're going to feel not enough at some point. You're going to feel like an imposter at some point. The reason why is because if you're not living in your gift, you're living in somebody else's stuff. We got to trust life. If you trust life, we trust God.
Amen. Now, Pastor Glenn, you just preached a sermon there. You just preached a sermon there. Listen to me. Listen to me. I want to say something about resilient love.
Yeah.
I thought about resilient love today because I knew that we would be talking about this, and it's so interesting to me that people place conditions on love, and I want to argue that if love isn't resilient, it isn't love, because it's easy to love people
conditionally
it's easy to love people when they're doing you right.
Yeah.
But what happens when they make a mistake? What happens when they hurt you because they've been hurt? What happens? Do we have that compassion? The second thing I wanted to say was we get into this habit of asking God for a lot.
Yeah.
But we were born with gifts. We were born with gifts that He's already given us. But because our eyes are bigger than our spirit, we put His gifts on the shelf and we get on our knees every night and ask Him for more. And His question is, why would I give you more when you aren't even using what I've given you?
Amen.
So activating those gifts, trusting life. Glenn, I want to ask you this question. You've said in the past that that when we face challenges, that it's actually easier for us to trust life. I want you to explain that concept to everyone about why you say that it is actually easier to trust life when we face challenges, when people actually believe or have this misconception that it's harder.
Listen, look, it's when things are good. When you're on your high, when your job is promoting you and your bank account is shiny and full, and listen, you can go to a restaurant, a nice restaurant, you give them the card and you ain't worried about checking the account balance, in the bathroom. You ain't worried about, what you got going on. Right? You just give them the card. You just take it. Listen, I'm gonna even go deeper on you.
Mm-hmm.
When they bring you the check and you don't even look at it.
You just pay it. You just give them the card.
You just give them the card. I know somebody out here that understands, man. I'm not talking to myself. It's easier to think you're trusting life when you're on high. But you're not trusting life. See, that's outside stuff. That money is outside.
That bank account. Yep.
That's outside stuff. That's external stuff. Listen, trusting life is about internal.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's actually easier when you're in the valley to trust life. Now, we think otherwise, but you've got to understand that when you're in the valley, that's when the work is happening.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody heard me on that one.
Go ahead.
When you're working on the project at your office, okay, and you in the project and y'all got a deadline, you got to get somewhere. In the time between you start the project and end the project, that's the work. That's the valley.
Right.
When you get to the end of the project, that's the shine. That's the mountaintop. You've arrived. Ain't no work happening up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to trust in the valley because if you're in the valley, if you feel like, man, I can't go no deeper, like it can't get no worse. You gotta stop and be present. You got to stop and be present. Listen, Brother David Stanarad says, You have to stop, look, and then go. I want you to
Woo.
understand that. He says you got to stop, look, go. You got to stop when you're in the valley, because in the valley, the work is happening. In the valley, questions are being asked. In the valley, what's being charged to you is that, are you ready for the mountaintop? Are you ready to receive? So many of us get in the valley and we go opposite way. We get frantic, we get fearful. We run from the valley. We don't want to be in the valley. We need the mountaintop, because the mountaintop just feels good. And behold us, we don't realize that in order to get to the real mountaintop that God has for us, we got to be in that valley.
Amen.
We got to go through that valley. We have to have those moments where you can't just give your card over without looking at that check. You got to look at that bill, because listen, you don't know what's happening right now.
You don't know how it's going to go.
You don't know what's going on. You got bills to pay. You got
right.
Like Jamie just said, you got to be still.
You got to be still. Yes.
You got to be still. You got to be present. I understand that the external world wants us to be in this human space of wanting it now, getting it now. And if we don't get it now, we make it happen. That's not how gifts work. That's not how trusting life works.
Right.
The valley, if you find yourself in the valley, if you find yourself in a place of work, if you find yourself in a place where things are happening, where it's pulling you, tugging you, pushing you, punching you, and you feel like you are going to work on somebody's going to work on you, that's a place to trust life. That's to be present. That's a place to stop, look, and go.
Right. And when you feel like you're not getting what you need from the world, that's when you normally go back to that shelf of things that God has given you, and you start looking to see, well, what do I have? Because you feel like you don't have anything else.
Yeah.
And that's when you can start utilizing and activating those gifts and that purpose. You think about a job that you just hate to go to every single day. And eventually what you decide is, well, I'm going to go to work and change somebody's life. I'm going to go to work and have an impact. I'm not going to wait for somebody to have an impact on me. I'm going to have an impact on somebody. I'm going to go to work and love on somebody. I'm going to go to work and make somebody smile. I'm going to go to work and change somebody's life.
What we're doing is we're trying to get transactional with our gifts, folks. The reality of it is that you can't get transactional with your gift. Like this is not about, look, if I use my gift now, how much money will I make? If I use my gift, what would it benefit from me? Listen.
Especially when they were free. They were given to you for free. Exactly. You didn't pay for them.
Listen, gifts are meant to be given.
Right.
So this whole idea, this whole process, I remember I was working and I'd go to work and I'd be like, man, I'm just not happy at work. I'm not happy at work. I'm not happy at work. I just, I'm miserable here. I got to find something else to do. And I kept on doing it job after job after job until I realized this can't be the job. It can't be the job. Nobody said you can't use your gift working a 9 to 5. Nobody said you can't use your gift in a bad relationship. Nobody said you can't use your gift when you don't know what's going on in your life. Your gift shall make room for you. Means that all you got to do is choose it.
Choose it. Yeah.
You got a chance to make a choice. You got to choose to use your gift. It doesn't have to pay you back. It's not supposed to pay you back. If you're so lucky and so blessed, maybe it will pay you back. But other than that, you got to just give it away because it's a gift. It's meant to be given.
And if you don't, you will be heartbroken. If you're expecting to receive and be gratified by a transaction between your gift and hoping that you have an act of service given to you, you will be heartbroken and you will always be empty because you will be, it's you expecting somebody to give to you, give back to you when what you're giving to them was given to you in the first place, and you paid not one dime for it. It was given to you. And so it's expected to be given away.
If you're wondering why so many people are so lost right now, if you're wondering why, you may be one of those folks, and if you're wondering why people are just spinning in place with good jobs and families, and on the outside looking in, they look like they got it all together. On the outside looking in, they look like they're shining, like they're just living the best life. And then we see suicides, and we see violence, and we see harm coming to people, bringing on themselves. We see all these things that don't make sense. You gotta trust life. We have to be in a place where we can wake up in the morning and understand that if we just want to take one step forward, if we want to take one step forward, that to trusting life, that we have to start every day with a grateful heart. We have to start with intentional purpose. We have to start with resilient love. We can't be transactional. Living is not transactional. We must understand that we are interdependent, that we belong together. I can't say it enough. I can't say it enough. We belong together. It every time I say it, I almost bring myself to tears. I mean, if you say it to yourself, just say it where you're sitting right now. We belong together. Belong together. It's not that we are separate. We belong together. And if we belong together, then there's no need for me to put you down. There's no need for me to push you down. There's no need for me to oppress you and exclude you.
Yes.
Your shine is my shine.
Yes.
My shine is your shine. My lift is your lift.
Yes.
We belong together. There's no need for you to feel rejected. There's no need for you to feel less than.
Yes.
There's no need.
Yes.
We're interdependent. We need each other. We love each other. We take care of each other. And you understand that your purpose is secure. Your purpose is safe with me.
Yes.
Your gift is safe with me.
Yes.
We gotta trust life, folks.
Yes.
We have to trust life. Just start every single day with a grateful heart, intentional purpose, resilient love, and just trust life.
Yes. The plan for you was written before you were even thought of. You're here for purpose.
We belong together.
On purpose. We belong together. We're here to work as one body. And so, when we work together, when we help each other up, when we give each other a helping hand, we make bonds, we build families, we build relationships. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you so much, Glenn, for that word tonight. Thank you so much, Glenn, for that word tonight. Guys, listen, we are in prayer for you. We want you to see that it's never what you see in front of you is not the ultimate of what you can do in this world. And especially when you lock hands with your brother and sister, with the people that are around you. That's what these heart talks are all about. That's what Trust in Life is all about. Gratitude, purpose, and love. And extreme gratitude, intentional purpose, and resilient love.
There you go.
That's it. Thank you so much, Glenn, tonight for your word. We love you so much. Our family and friends. I'm not saying Facebook anymore because we have such a bigger family now. We're with LinkedIn, YouTube. And so thank you guys so much for joining in tonight for our talks. Once again, trust life.
Trust life. Glenn, thanks, everybody. We love you.
We love you guys. See you next week, 6:30.
Bro, Putney, Jay.
Thank you. Thank you, Putney. Thank you. Thank you, Jamila. Oh, was Najee with us tonight?
I can't see it.
Yep, she was, because it says Facebook user. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, beautiful.
We love you guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Jamila. Bye.
But
Bye. Love.